They said 7-3 centers can't get back on defense. I say they're stupid. 7-3 centers are better than 7-1 centers. It's simple. Yo guys, what is good? It's your favorite Supreme Leader, Cameron. And as you can see, I made a big boy, okay? I went back to my 2K18 roots, and I had to go ahead and make a 7-3 center, okay? I was sick and tired of playing with randoms, playing 3 guards, and losing every single game. So I was like, you know what? Let me get on my 7-3 center so I can be better than everyone, because we all know centers take no skill. So I had to hop off my guard and just start abusing the game, okay? Really pray that you guys forgive me, okay? I hope you guys that watch my videos for the dribbling can forgive me. I know I can never truly forgive myself for this, but you know, I had to. Like, look at these shots that I'm making. Making your player 7-3 is so overpowered, okay? If you're a 7-3 center and you don't have at least a 90 win percentage and you're trying to tell me that you're better than me, just please leave. Please walk out the door. Now, I'm making this video to tell you the pros and cons of making a 7-1 center versus 7-3 center. Now, what I found making a center is it's pretty much the same thing every single year. The centers don't really change too much. I notice it feels different playing on a guard this year, but going on a center, it feels the exact same compared to every other year since 2K18. Not quite as overpowered as it was in 2K17, but it's very similar. So, as you can see from the intro, I obviously have a glass cleaning lockdown. Now, the reason I did not make a paint beast was because I still get a 95 standing dunk. Like, what is the point of putting slashing in my archetype if I'm 7-3 and I get a 90 standing dunk? Like, there's no point. And let me tell you, that 95 rebounding, that's looking real nice. I obviously haven't got all my badges yet. In fact, I'm very far off getting all my badges. But the thing is, with centers, they get so much progressively better as you get your badges, compared to guards where it's more like trying to get finesse. If you know your dribble moves, you don't really need badges. But as a center, you kind of need that brick wall to set better screens. You kind of need that rim protector to get more blocks and rebounds kind of thing. Alright, so I'm just kind of rambling right now, but let's actually get into the pros and cons of being a 7-3 center compared to a 7-1 center. So the first pro is that you're obviously bigger, okay? You don't have a higher weight, you don't have a higher wingspan, you don't be taller. This is going to allow you to get more rebounds. Your box out is going to be better. It's going to be easier to post people up. It means you have more room for error. The smaller you are, the more perfect you have to be. But when you're 7'3", you don't have to be that perfect because you have the maximum height. And it means that there's not going to be anyone in the game that's taller than you. The same rebounding mechanics apply in 2K as it does in real life. Let's say 2 people can just grab the ring, right? They're the exact same. They can go up and touch 10 feet. But one person is a few inches taller, a few inches better wingspan, and the other person just has a few inches better vertical. The person that is taller is going to be able to get more rebounds because when you jump, you're only at that peak for so long and it takes you longer to get back to the ground and then jump again. Same thing with blocks. The taller you are and the lower your vertical is, the more times you can jump, but you're still getting as high because you're already there. All you gotta do is put your hands up. Now, when you make a 7-1 sensor, you don't really enjoy it, okay? You don't really enjoy it at the start. You don't be like, wow, I'm so fast, I can get rebounds, I'm tall, I can pretty much do everything. I'm kind of a demigod. But as soon as you come up against a 7'3" center that's maximum weight, maximum wingspan, you're going to realize that you're at a huge disadvantage in the paint, okay? If you want to be a shooting center, then it's fine. Make your player 7'1" or whatever. But you will get posted up. You will get abused by a 7'3" center like me. If I see that you are shorter and smaller than me, I am going to abuse you because I know you can do nothing about it. Because realistically, it comes down to height. Like, think about the difference between my 6'4" playmaking slasher and my 6'6" pure slasher. In this 2K, 2 inches is the difference between a decent sized guard and a decent sized small forward. 2 inches is a lot, especially in this 2K. Okay, so the next advantage to being a 7'3" center is going to be your strength. Your strength is literally everything. You're going to be able to set huge screens. It's going to be allowing you to post up. It's your entire offense, pretty much. If you got back down Punisher, Bronze, or Silver, you really only need like 1 or 2 points of strength above someone to be able to absolutely bully them in the post. So going 7-1 and you're not getting that maximum strength, you might get like a 91, 92 strength kind of thing. You're going to be at a huge disadvantage. And even though you still have like a 91, 92, the weight does play into it. I know people will be like, oh yeah, the weight doesn't matter. Trust me, it does, okay? 2K won't say it does, but it does. I don't know how their algorithm works, but if you guys have got a friend, test this out. I might make a video on it sooner or later. But get 2 people, one with a 7'3" center, make the exact same. But put the weight down by 30 pounds. They both still get a 90 strength, 95 strength or whatever it is. And test it out and see that the max center will absolutely bully the other center. I don't know what it is. 2K doesn't really show it that it should make a difference, but it does, okay? You guys are just gonna have to trust me on that one. The weight does make a difference. See us with 31 rebounds. That was something light. As I don't really have too much gameplay. I literally only had 2 gameplays when I looked at my Elgato. I had this one, and then I had my attempt at trying to win Rush, which I kind of lost to some BS. You'll see that at the end. But you're playing a Superstar 1 right here, so it's a little decent gameplay. I think I already said this, but when you're playing a 7'1" center, it's more noticeable when you're the 7'1" center and you're coming up against a 7'3" center, you will absolutely bully him. Okay, there's such a difference. And you don't really notice it too much until you play a 7'3" center, because you're bullying everyone as a 7'1" center until you come up against that 7'1" center, and then you're gonna be like, yo, maybe I should switch. Okay, so now the disadvantages to being a 7'3" center compared to a 7'1" center. Now this is a pretty obvious one, and that's the speed. Everyone complains about how slow a 7'3" center is. It feels really sluggish, but when you really race the players, it's actually not that much of a big difference. Like, it's really not that bad. Obviously, it is slower, and 7'1" centers are actually ridiculously fast for being 7'1", because you're only 2 inches shorter, but you're pretty much keeping up with guards, and they're a better all-round build to guard the point guards. You're gonna see a little bit in these gameplays that when they get the ball, I do struggle. Yeah, I had some BS right there, but like right here, they're just running straight past me. He really could just drive straight into the lane at will. But because I'm 7'3", I am able to recover. Obviously, I didn't do it that well right there because he got me with the hop step. But as I was saying, 7'3" centers are kind of slow. 7'1" centers definitely pick up the pace. Is a big difference. But now the next advantage to 7'1" centers and a disadvantage to 7'3" centers is, even if you try and make your 7'3" center shooting big, I know a lot of people have done it. Okay, I know there's some beast jump shots, and if you max out all your shooting and stuff, you can be an effective shooter on the 7'3" players if you're a god. But 7'1" centers actually get half decent shooting stats. It's not good shooting stats, but it's good enough to hit a lot of shots, especially of dimer and kind of things like that. Also, a lot of the time with 7'1" centers, all their post moves just seem crispier. It just seems easier to use my player. With this 7'3" center, a lot of the time I just get stuck, like he stops moving. I feel like that's all because he's sluggish. Maybe he doesn't have that many badges and stuff like that. But you can see I'm still moving. I'm still keeping up with him and getting blocks. But unlike the speed, shooting should be a concern if you're making a 7'3" center. If you are making a 7'3" center and you're trying to be like what's his name, Ticino's teammate, then you just literally don't expect that to be the result. If you're trying to make a shooting center, try make him 7'1". But I don't think there's that much an advantage of being a shooting center, because if you're setting good screens and you've got a good point guard to run the pick and roll, you don't need to be able to shoot if you're running the pick and roll to perfection. There's no reason that they should be able to guard the pick and roll if you've got a 7'3" center and a guard that can shoot and drive, and that you both know what you're doing. You get that Hall of Fame brick wall, and then you get rebound chaser Hall of Fame. It more applies to twos. If you're playing threes, then I can maybe see a reason that you may want your player to be able to shoot. But on the 2v2s, if you're running the pick and roll, you should be able to switch the guard almost every time. And if you don't, run it back. Be patient. Don't rush your offense, okay? You've got 24 seconds most of the time. Don't get me wrong, you can run the pick and roll to perfection with the 7-1 center, but because you're a little bit lower weight, you're a little bit weaker, your screens are not going to be as effective. On top of that, you're a little bit shorter, so there's less of a chance of getting the rebound if you miss. 7-3 centers, if I've got the guard on me, most of the time I can just chuck it up, make it. If I don't, there's no sweat. I can get the rebound pretty much every time. On top of that, my arms are also longer, so I'm also able to pull in more longer rebounds. Like if the ball goes long, you get an unlucky rebound. Most of the time, your arms should be long enough to kind of reach over and grab it. I know you might be saying 7-1 centers are kind of faster, so they should also be able to get the longer rebounds better. If you're a 7-1 center, the thing that you do have going for you is that you can kind of jump into the rebounds. You can jump into a pack of people because you can jump pretty high and far as a 7-1 center. You don't really get that as a 7-3 center. Also, as a 7-1 center, if you're running the Pro-Am, then you can be the 4. You don't have to play big man, and a lot of the time people don't have 4s. Most of the time they'll have 4 guards and then just 1 center. So some of the times you can just have an absolute mismatch and just bully a guard in the post. Obviously that's not going to happen every time, and you can't really rely on that, but it's a possibility, and it is a disadvantage to making a 7-3 center that you're pretty much always going to have a big man on you, because not many good teams run 5 guards, so you're never really going to have that much of a mismatch. Or even in Park, pretty much every team that's like compiled on purpose, like a group of friends or whatever, they're gonna have a center. But if you had a 7-3 center and a 7-1 center that can also shoot, so you have a 7-1 center that could shoot, you don't have the mismatch in most games, and then on top of that you can space the floor so that the 7-3 center and the guard can run the pick and roll. So the 7-1 center is a little more versatile. You can't really run too many inside centers, 7-3 centers. Obviously you can, it's just paint mash, but it's not going to work against the best of teams. Paint mashing only really works when you're playing 2 guards. As soon as there's kind of a center in the mix, it's not really going to work too well. But it can, don't get me wrong, it can work, but you're just leaving it more up to chance. Now I know it's really just personal preference which one you want, but if you're trying to take my advice and you're a beginner and you're not 100% certain what you want, like let's say you're a veteran, you know you want to make a 7-1 center, then make a 7-1 center. But if this is your first time making a center, or maybe you're thinking of making a 7-1 center, you can do it. But just letting you know you're wasting your time, okay? 7-3 centers are 100% superior, and don't have any doubt in your mind that they aren't. If you want to really add it up, centers are a low skill build because their height, their wingspan, and their weight, their strength, and everything like that. That would imply that strength and weight, wingspan, height, all of that kind of stuff makes your player better. So the more of it you have, the less skill is required, and the better your player is going to be. That kind of means that 7-3 centers should be the best, right? And that's correct, because they are. Alright, so that's kind of the end of the video. I don't really have too much else to say about the whole 7-3 center, the 7-1 center kind of thing. But this is just some gameplay of me not winning Rush, but almost winning Rush, as you can see. I literally haven't played 2K in like a week from this gameplay, so like I hadn't played it in like a week. I saw Rush was on, so I was like, you know what, let me go try win Rush real quick. And so I went in on my 7-3 center, knowing that I would just be abusing guards most of the time, and then I might get a game against a center, and I was like, surely I can win that, and I'll be fine. But I'm just bullying this guy. He was decent. What was he, like Superstar 2, Superstar 3 or something like that? He has a backpack, so I'm not sure what that makes him. But he had a cool logo. He was a two-way slashing playmaker, and he was pretty good. He cooked me up decent in these gameplays. But then I just lost to some BS against some center. You'll see. I didn't quit, okay? I'm just not going to show you the rest of the game because it was atrocious. But his first 2 points kind of sum up how I lost the game against the center in our 4th game. Spoilers, by the way. I do beat this guy and then I lose my 4th. So, you can leave now. But unless you want to watch the gameplay of my beautiful 7-3 center. Comment down below if you want to see more videos on the 7-3 center. I've got a Zion Williamson, oh no, it's actually a Naruto mixtape. It's my Zion Williamson build though. I got a mixtape coming soon. That's a slasher mixtape. I don't know when that's gonna be out. My editors kind of be lacking. I just want to get editors for mixtapes, and Yeah, my first one blocked me after I paid it, so that was kind of an L. He was the one that edited my Russell Westbrook mixtape, so I thought he was legit, and then he just blocked me. After I paid him, by the way, so that was an L. And then I'm trying to find another editor to do it. But coming around this Christmas time, everyone wants their 2K edits out, so unfortunately, I'm still trying to find an editor for that. Once I get that made, I'll be able to make the slasher build video. After I make the build video, I'll make the animations video. And then I have a few Christmas build videos out, or coming out soon. I gotta edit them as well. Don't expect too many uploads. I am going to be lacking pretty much for like the next 2 terms. I don't know. I might try in year 12. I don't know, just graduate. You feel me? Not trying to fail high school. So I don't know how much I'm gonna be uploading this year. But you can see he hit this first shot, and I was like, okay, buddy, I see how it is. And then second play, he comes in and he just does something, and I jump the wrong way. You're gonna see he's kind of zigzagging. He's trying to cheese. I get behind him. I jump. I get a good play, and then I jump again to try to get the rebound, and my play just jumps the wrong direction. But either way, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm out. See ya.